Hey, I'm LaShawnda Rodgers, the founder of Rodgers Global. We use technology and data and consulting to create equitable workplaces. I'm here with Edrevel. They are a leader in using AI to create amazing LMSs and product for every business owner. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this presentation today, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, I'm Paul. I'm Director of Business Development with Edrevel. It's great to meet everybody. LaShawnda, thank you so much to you, as always, for hosting us and working with us as a great partner. I'm really, really proud to be here today to talk about Edrevel's AI-powered learning experiences and how we can help businesses grow.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sudhanshu. I'm part of the Edrevel business development team, and I'm very excited to go over the system as well today. We'll be doing a hands-on overview of the system itself, some of the key AI features, and then also a high-level overview of applications of the system itself as well.
I'm just going to kick it off just with a few words about Edrevel and how we've helped customers grow and help them delight their customers. And in the flow of today's conversation, AI is the hottest thing on the planet, and a few questions always come up when folks are considering the use of AI and AI in learning. And they ask questions like, what are some of the things that we should do as business owners? What should we look for in an AI-powered learning experience? What does that mean? They ask questions like, what are some of the things that businesses are concerned about with the use of AI? How do I protect my intellectual property? How do I make sure that I'm working in a safe and secure environment? This is a very powerful technology. And they say, as businesses, we're still struggling with a lot of things, a lot of processes, such as attracting new customers, finding new customers. How do we get learners registered? How do we take payments? How do we schedule classes? And how do we deliver interactive content? So we're hoping through the course of the next 30, 40 minutes that we cover off some of those key questions about AI and the use of AI in powerful learning experiences. Next slide.
Great.
So some of the organizations we work with build their business to delight their customers. You'll see them on the screen here. So smaller businesses and entrepreneurs, a lot of people from LaShawnda's network are working with us, build those powerful experiences and find new customers and grow their business. Skills and training organizations, folks, doing technical training, doing medical training, other types of training, looking to grow their customer base and to delight their customers. We're working with talent development organizations in corporations who are looking to grow their employees and boost their business. We're working with tutoring exam prep companies looking for more learners to grow their business. We work with higher education customers, and we also work with government customers. Next slide. So what is Edrevel? It's an AI-powered learning experience, and that first question I laid out that everybody asks is, what do we look for in an AI-powered learning experience? Well, you want to look for a system that's built around AI technologies and the best of breed AI technologies out there. So we're building our system around some really powerful innovation, and you'll see some examples of that from Sud shortly. But for example, the course creating tool, which uses AI to literally take away months of work and deliver to you course structures and really powerful learning in just a few minutes. Things like the virtual assistant, which is an AI tool for giving 24 by 7 support to learners, really taking a lot of heavy lifting away from you as a business owner from having to support learners and serving them up with really intelligent content and answers to help them with their learning. The second piece of the AI-powered learning experience is the learning system itself, which is things like the ability to create courses, to manage content, to run content repositories and catalogs, to run assessment, to allocate assignments, to manage cohorts of learners and graduates and other folks in your organization, to create forums for learning, to communicate, to have videos, grading, performance, to certify employees, right? If you're running talent development business and you're thinking particularly about certification and formal pathways of learning, you can do that in Edrevel. And then the third piece of it, which is really, really important to so many businesses because this is where they struggle the most, is actually finding new customers. So how do you manage leads and prospects? How do you integrate your learning management into your website? How do you attract learners into your website? And then how do you sign them up and how do you take payment? So all of those really basic processes that businesses struggle with, and they become barriers to growing your business. So we'll see a little bit of that shortly.
Yep,
And then
great point, Paul. Yes, one thing I just wanted to add was the branding around it as well. Offering that's a fully white labeled solution, and then having your brand integrated with the system and having one cohesive experience is an important experience as well.
Amazing. And so we'll take a look at a few of those examples in a little bit of detail now. So Sad, if you could just click on to the next slide.
Sure.
So we're working with a diverse set of customers, and you saw on the first slide the different industries we're working with, but here's some of the names. So again, tutoring companies, skills and workforce organizations, federal government, local and state government, private companies, entrepreneurs and small businesses. So let's take a quick look at three of these examples, and starting with Sud's comment there about integration and branding and white labeling. Here's a local DMV business called Tutor 911. They wanted to reach new customers and grow their business by going online, and they've done a little bit of that work themselves but wanted to scale that very, very quickly. So we work with them, stand up a learning management instance, a learning experience instance, and then we integrated it with their website. So you can see on the top left-hand side there, that's their existing website, and we integrated the learning system through a button and essentially had their branding in place. And this really just takes a matter of hours for us to be able to turn around. And what Tutor 911 does is provide one-to-one tutoring services for students from about 6 to about 15 years old. The solution that we brought them gave them new registration management capabilities. So those things like being able to manage leads and prospects, so new customers, being able to get them to sign up, self-serve sign up, so that they could do that very, very quickly, and then being able to take payment from those customers. All of that we got into place with them in a very, very short space of time. The system gives them role-based learning, gives students access to interactive content from Tutor 911 and other third-party content such as IXL. And it gives parents a new ability to track and support their child's learning, receiving feedback from the instructor about each session that their student attends. All of this is powerful new capability that's allowed them to grow their customer base. Second example is NextTech. It's again a DMV-based business, a very big training and skills organization. They assist organizations of all sizes in unlocking their business potential. They provide cutting-edge training in technology, security, leadership, and workforce management solutions. And again, they wanted to grow their customer base, wanted to reach new customers 24/7, go to where customers are and meet them where they are. And so it's one of the largest testing centers in the US. We work with them again to integrate our learning capability with their existing website and digital properties. We provided NextTech with a branded solution that's fully integrated. And then a key development for them is to build out a course catalog, a repository of all of their existing offerings so that learners can very quickly find the learning that they want to take, sign up for that and self-serve the sign up for that, register, pay, and then get learning. And then the third example is a business called MMI. So MMI, again, it's a DMV business. It's a small business, very, very entrepreneurial. They're award-winning DC-based certified business, a CBE. They're minority and women-owned. They wanted to grow their business by reaching new customers and meeting them where they are. They're devoted to providing their clients with unparalleled industry and business expertise through training and professional development solutions. We integrated Edrevel with the MMI website to set themselves apart, showing a branded, cohesive experience compared to their competitors, which allowed them to secure more government business. So when we think about an AI-powered experience, so what's behind all of these successful customer implementations and these growing businesses, I'm going to say a couple of things about the concept of AI. So we all know that it's very, very powerful technology. We all know that it's a next level of automation. But in the world of learning, what can it do for you? Well, quite simply put, it takes away so much heavy lifting from traditional learning management systems and other processes that organizations and businesses want to get running with very quickly. So we use AI innovatively, we use it safely to save you time, reduce cost, and on tasks like creating courses and supporting learners, we simply reduce tasks that used to take months to minutes, and get you out there working very quickly with your customers. So Sad's going to show you a few examples of those in a moment. I'll quickly say a little bit about them. So he's going to show you the AI content creation tool, the course creation tool that cuts the content and course development from months to minutes. He's going to show you the AI virtual assistant, which does a lot of heavy lifting on learning support, reliably answering questions about anything, anytime. And then he's going to talk a little bit about virtual proctoring. So with that, Sad, do you want to take it away?
Absolutely. And thank you for that, Paul. That's a great breakdown of the AI features and some of the success stories we've had with our customers. And I'm glad you were able to highlight that as well. So what I'm going to do here now is share my screen on the system itself. So this is a live demo of the actual platform. And you can see this is one of the login experiences we have. Again, this is fully customizable and branded to each of our clients as needed. And this is just one of the standard login portals we have. And here I'm going to go in as the administrator. So yourselves as business owners would be heavily where you operate on this login, and you'll see a lot of the features and use cases would be applicable to your day-to-day trainings or your day-to-day cadences with your learners. So here I am with the administrator login. Simply input my credentials, and then I log into my own custom portal. So as a business owner, I'm able to see a fully branded experience to my company. My logo is up here. Whatever institute or development I want to put up here is here as well. And then we have the dashboard. So on the dashboard, you get to see a full breakdown of your learning and your experience with your learners as well. So you get to see you have 52 total learners, 7 trainers, 12 courses, and then 14 cohorts under those 12 courses. One could be a morning, one could be an evening broken into 2. Again, you get to see additional analytics around attendance. You get to see additional analytics around evaluations if you do require those. And then you get to do metrics of one-on-one appointments. So let's say your learners and then your trainers accept one-on-one appointments. You can do so and then see the analytics around that as well. There's 15 one-on-one appointments requested, and then 6 of those were rejected, 9 of those were accepted. Training material analytics as well. How many training materials were completed by learners? 21 out of 60, and then 7 out of 68 learners completed all training materials. Lastly, you get to see course enrollment statistics, quick snapshot of if you have vacancies, if you have space to accept more learners. And again, please keep in mind, this is a very standard view of the dashboard. We have customized this in many ways for our clients, whether they want to input any sort of additional messaging, change the branding, change the order of things, or view something completely else. We are able to do that. This is just one standard analytical view of the dashboard. What I want to jump in now is the AI development feature. Here we have the AI development or the courses for your institution. Here you can see the various courses that you offer as a business owner and whether they are live, draft, or currently being worked on. Live courses are definitely being open to your learners and they're able to access those learning materials. Draft courses are being worked on, continuously being improved, and then those will be soon to be live for your learners. What I want to show here is the course development. So here you can see there's 3 different ways to create your course. You can either create it from scratch, meaning you develop everything, from content to images to description. You can do that as well. If you have a shared library, you can integrate a course from the shared library, adjust a pre-existing course, or we can utilize AI to create a completely new branded course to your learning. So what we're going to do here is utilize the AI course creator. Here I am clicking AI course creator, and you can see I have 4 templates in front of me. Whether the course is a few hours long, a few weeks long, a few minutes long, or something custom, I have all those options available to me. The few minutes long and the few custom template is coming soon, and those could be configured for you as a business owner to customize your experience. Right now we have these two templates available, which are the Skill Master and the Speed Flex. Speed Flex is for a few hour-long course. Skill Master is for a few week-long course. So me, I'm going to suggest pulling Skill Master course. Here I select this template, and then I hit Next. You can see there's a space for me to upload a document. So what I will do here is upload a document that is related to my course, whether it is a course syllabus, whether it is, sorry, here is the document, Windmill Safety Course. I have uploaded that document. It is a PDF document about 180 pages for windmill safety. Here, I'm able to direct the AI to say, create 7 modules, do some sort of customization or additional parameters, but I will leave that open here, but you always have that option. I've uploaded my document for windmill safety, and then I have sent it to the AI model to go ahead and create the course itself. What it's doing now is reviewing all those 180 pages, seeing exactly what the course structure is, what are the learning materials, what needs to be covered, and what is the timeline. As it is reviewing that, it will take us to the next page, which is the course outline page, which is what you're seeing here. This is the course outline page, which shows you exactly the name of the course, what are the modules under the course. So this is what we're starting with. This is the next module, this is the next one, and then so on and so forth, and each lesson underneath the module. So the module first has introduction to this specific subject area, what is the response plan, or prevention measures, as needed throughout, pulled from the document. Me, as the developer of the course, I can determine, hey, this is relevant, I want to keep it, or this is irrelevant and I want to delete it. So you have full options and capabilities to delete specific lessons or specific entirety modules and customize it to exactly what you need for your learners. You can see it's still working through some of the final modules, review each of those as needed. Now it's completed, and then I can make any adjustments as needed as well. I also have the option of pre-assessment, post-assessment, or a quiz for each unit. I selected post-assessment and quiz for each unit, and you'll see it will develop full quizzes, questions, answers, alternate answer choices, and explanations just from the document itself. What I'm going to do here is just rename the course to Advanced Rescue Training, save that name, and then I'm going to hit Next. Once I determine this course outline structure works for me, it's going to go ahead and start implementing content and actually building out the entirety of the course. So it's going to give me a full 51 units generated, and it shows me a percentage completion of how much those are being completed and exactly what is being worked on. So the same units or the same subject areas that we saw earlier are shown here in a linear pattern, and this is the learning path that they have built out. And what it's doing now is developing course content, pulling some additional resources, and overall completing the course itself. So far we are about 3% completed. Since it's a very long, lengthy page document, and it's very extended on some of the course materials, it depends on what the length of the document is to see the determination of how long it takes to complete the course. Here you can see a few of the materials are done. One is a quiz and one is a learning material. Me, I can click into it and see exactly, does it cover what I want to show? Does it cover me the outline? Does it give me the learning objectives? Does it show me the right detailed content that I want to share? What is covered in this session specifically? And it even gave me an additional resource to show for my learners. This is an external link. I can click on it, and then it takes me to this article on global windmill safety. Here you can see extended content, what it would suggest as a learner or as a course creator. Maybe you want to include these resources, and then you have the option of adding additional resources as needed. If you want to add some sort of PDF files, video lecture files, any sort of supplemental material, you have the option to do so. As well as external links as the one shown here, you can add those as well. So you're not limited to resources and what you're able to share to your learners. And you can always restructure and reorder the units as well. So I don't like this one here. I want to make it the first one, or actually I want it to go right after training, and then they can do the quiz. Now I will show you exactly how it created a quiz as well. You can see that it created a quiz assignment. It gave me 10 questions, and it even broke down each of those questions in level of difficulty. So here I can see that this question is easy. What does this question cover? Give me the question of what is the primary aim of these areas of the windmill, and what do they offer? So then I can just go ahead and, as the learner, go through the experience and see, is this correct? Does the answer look correct? And then is the explanation correct for my learners to utilize? So completely from one document, I have a quiz with questions, with some relevant wrong answers, and one correct answer with an explanation on why that is the correct answer. And you'll see that it says mobile view here. This platform, just as a side note, has a complete mobile experience as well that you can download from the Google Play and the Android store as well as the Apple Store. Going back, you can see that the units are now being completed. We're about 26 out of 51 units completed, about 50%. And just from the time it's taking us to talk, that we're about almost completed with the entirety of the course. Furthermore, I can see additional materials that have been completed. I can restructure the units, and I can rename and adjust everything as needed.
Hey, Sad,
Are
it's
there,
Paul.
yes,
Just jumping in while you're doing that. It's fantastic work. Thank you. So at this
absolutely.
point, the question always comes up of like, what is this doing, right? Is the AI going out to the internet and like, is it producing stuff from all the other content on the internet? And the simple answer is no. So this is only working with the document that's been input, which is the document of the customer that we're working with, and it could be your content. So it's a very, very safe use of AI to basically the AI is looking at the document and figuring out how to structure it into a course format and really just taking away all of that time that you would have conventionally spent building the course. But it's not doing that by going out to the internet. Now, if you did want to go out to the internet, you can actually select that as a choice. But by default, it's only working with your document. But if you do want to combine external sources using generative AI, you can.
Great point, Paul.
But
Yep.
back to you.
Precisely, that is one question that comes up is my IP protected? Does it utilize any sort of external resources? Is my data being shared online? And I think you hit that on the head. It does not. It's an in-house model and all your IP is protected and not being shared to any external resources. So now you can see in the matter of time that it took us to talk, we're about 80% completed with the course. Give it another 5 or 10 minutes or so, and then you'll have an entirely completed course for the windmill safety that you have created, and then exactly down to lessons, quizzes, evaluations, and post assessments as well. So something that would take me, like you said, Paul, a matter of months down to a matter of minutes. And we've seen this greatly help a lot of our clients in terms of saving time, in terms of being more efficient in course creation, as well as being able to create a lot more courses than what they would typically be able to create in that same amount of time. Going further, what I want to share is some sort of additional preferences that you have and configurations you can do for this course. So you may notice that the course structure or the delivery is in this aspect, which is, the lessons are up here or the modules are up here and the lessons are listed underneath and you just click them through. If you do not like this structure and you want it to be more linear, you are able to do so by going down to preferences and you can select the speed flex, save it, and you can also see you have the option of changing colors, whether you're a school, company, branded institution, you can change it to your company colors, your logo colors, your school colors, and then you can completely change the experience, cater to that as well. But once you select the template change, you will see the exact same materials are now structured in a different format. They're a lot more linear and they're a lot more structured in this way, which is top to bottom. And then you can see that the learning path has been a bit more changed, catered to your learner down to preference that you see fit. Going back, this was the original. So you do have additional options. You're not limited to this experience. You have ways to configure it. You have ways to customize it and cater it to your audience in terms of learning paths and prerequisites as well. Further, so now you can see the course has been completed. That's the amount of time it took us to create an entirely new course, and we have that available. Furthermore, you have settings as well. Let's say you want to set prerequisites. Before they start the windmill safety course, they must complete the AI development course or the executive coaching course, and you can set that down as a prerequisite and build out custom learning paths for your learners as well. You have enrollment questions. Before they sign up for this course, give me a certification that you have, upload that certification, then I can enroll you in the course. You can change training periods. Let's say at the end of the course, they want to receive a certificate. You have that option to generate a certificate for each learner upon completion of the course, and you can see exactly what they receive at the end of the course. A certificate named to them, branded to the course that they completed, and it's automatically generated to them at the end of the course. That's a very high-level overview of the AI course development. There's a lot more customized features that you can do. There's a lot more ways you can play around with it, but on a very essential basis, this is one way that you can create a course and save yourself a lot of time as a business owner and even expand your markets as well. Any questions on this one so far? Awesome. So now I'll move forward to the course virtual proctoring. So you as the administrator, let's say you have a certification course, let's say you have a course that you want to make sure no external resources were used, or you want to make sure that, hey, as I assign this to my employee, I assign this to my learner, or I assign this to my student, I want to make sure that they focused only on the quiz or test itself and did it as accurately as possible. You have the option of virtual proctoring. So if I go to evaluations, you can see there's a virtual proctoring feature enabled. So me as the administrator, instead of having to go back and review a student submission that took 1 or 2 hours long, I can simply review the virtual proctoring summary. So a 1 hour, 2 hour long course, you can imagine for 20 students will take quite some time. But what I can do is simply go through the virtual proctoring system and it'll give me a breakdown of each log of what happened during that 1 to 2 hour period. Was there multiple people in the frame? Was there any phones pulled out? Was there any electronics pulled out? I have that full breakdown here saved on the system itself. I can review each of these events and then determine, is this an accurate completion of the evaluation that I wanted, or do I want to go ahead and reevaluate them as well? You can see this on a frame by frame basis, exactly what happened during the time of the quiz or evaluation that you guys submitted. You can see earbuds, electronics, another person came in, there was additional hardware, there's a monitor in the back. It logs all of that for you, and then you don't have to spend time reviewing every minute of footage and determine if this was an accurate completion. Going back, you may have seen a skill summary or quiz response right here before I clicked into the virtual proctoring. You can see that there's a skill summary for each evaluation that's submitted by each learner, and it gives you a breakdown of what was correct, what was wrong, and what subject areas the questions were given in and how many of those were done correctly. You can see this by question count, percentage, mark distribution, or specific responses. You as the administrator or you as the business owner can see exactly what subject areas your learners are doing well in and what areas they may need to improve in, broken down by skill summary for each evaluation. And as the administrator, you can go in and view specific submissions, see what they got right or wrong, see exactly what the reasoning was, and then even give them an explanation at the top here or further feedback, and then save it and send it to them as well. They would be notified on the platform and their email and their mobile device if they're logged in from the mobile, and they would be shown that, hey, I received some feedback from my instructor. Very quick point that I want to show here is there's quite a number of more features on the platform itself. As administrator, again, you have the dashboard, you have your course creation, you can go through scheduling, you can build out a full schedule around your courses or around your business itself. You can then handle evaluations. There's a collaborative discussion space as well, which I will show you from the student side. And there is communication that you can open up for your institution, whether it's registration days coming up, a snow day, any sort of institution-wide communication that you want to share, you have that option. You can manage your staff. You can manage any sort of prospects or leads, people that showed some interest in your courses but haven't signed up yet. You have a place to manage them as well. You have enrollments. This is where you can accept or reject people's registrations. Did they make the payment? Did you accept their payment? Do you want to request a payment? All of that is handled here as well. You have analytics, some that you saw on the dashboard, but a lot more broken down on this tab here. And then you have forms. Forms allows you to gather survey information. So if you want to utilize external resources or external input, you can do so. It is not required for them to have a login on this platform. They can go onto the forums and share their responses either anonymously or log to each person that shared their response. Very high level of additional features on the platform. Again, for the sake of time, we will focus on the AI features that have been the most beneficial to our clients. But yep, just wanted to point out that you are not limited to what you just see. There's a lot more to work with. Anything to add, Paul, on the administrator login before I go over to the student side?
No, that's fantastic. Thank you. Just for the virtual assistant as well.
Exactly, yep. So for the virtual assistant, I will share this one with you guys. This would be the learner experience. So this is where your end users, your customers, your employees, or your students, depending on which vertical you're in, would enter their experience, and you will see that they have a customized dashboard as well. Quite different from what you see. Theirs is catered to their experience. What are they learning? What are they doing in their learning as well? How much they've completed it? Completely catered to their experience as well. So me as a learner, I get to see that I can continue my learning here, click into it and pick up exactly where I left off. I get to see exactly how much I've completed each of my courses, down to each subject. Again, I get to see my discussion space. I get to see my recent submissions of evaluations. And just like my administrator or my instructor, I'm able to see my skills summary, what areas I did well in, what areas I did wrong in, and my specific answers, as well as any feedback that they shared with me. Going back, you can see any sort of upcoming evaluations that are coming up for yourself. And you can see session hours. So I am in this AI development course. It takes typically 80 hours to complete. Where did each of my 80 hours go? Well, I was absent for 3. I have upcoming 30 minutes scheduled. There's 75 still remaining on the schedule to go through, and there's totals 80 over here. What are each of those hours logged in? So there was a one-on-one meeting, there was a course, there was a 1-hour session. And as I attend these sessions, they will log down the hours and track exactly how much time I spent in what areas of the course. Again, this dashboard is fully customizable. Some of our clients like to remove certain aspects. Some of our clients like to readjust certain aspects and highlight different areas. Some of our clients like to put, a newsletter, a welcome message, any sort of additional customized experiences are able to be done on this dashboard. Again, please imagine that these are widgets. You can readjust, reorganize, and reset them as needed. Now I will go in to the virtual assistant. So what the virtual assistant is, extending on what Paul mentioned, is a assistant for your learners. For example, let's say there's something coming up and they have some questions, but yourself as a business owner or any of your instructors or trainers are not available. Where can they go? They can go to this discussion space. They can reach out to their virtual assistant and they can ask it a question related to its course. So this is a chemistry course. I, as a student, am looking at the course itself, and I had a couple questions about it. So what did I do? I added my instructor. I asked a few questions. What is the solution? What is a homogeneous mixture? And then right away, my virtual tutor assistant went ahead and gave me an answer in a matter of seconds, and it told me exactly what the answer was related to the specific course material that I'm in. So it did not give me a YouTube link, a Google link that is not related at all to my question. It gave me the specific page of my textbook that my instructor uploaded on where that answer is. So I can click in on the textbook and see exactly where that is. So this is where the homogeneous mixture is. I can review that answer and review the answer that my virtual assistant gave me as well. So you have around the clock support as a learner, and you're not overwhelmed by additional resources that are not relevant to you. You're only limited to the resources that are on the platform, what you as a business owner, as an instructor have uploaded for your learners, and that's where the virtual assistant will pull that information and make sure your learners are engaged and supported throughout their experience. Any questions on this one so far?
Sad, it's Paul again. Maybe it's a good time to reiterate that at this stage, folks always ask, again, is my IP protected? Is this just working with my content? And you covered it very
Absolutely.
nicely, but I just want to reiterate that this is a very, very safe use of AI, right? So this is only looking at your content that's in the system that you put there for your customers and for your learners. It's, as Sad's saying, effectively looking through the content and finding the most intelligent answers to the student or learner's questions, and then presenting that back in a really uncluttered, simple way. So it's a very, we've been with AI now for about 2 years in a big global sense, and everybody's looking for really, really smart uses of AI. And we go back to that question at the beginning: what should you be looking for? Look for smart uses. Look for where AI can really, really help you with things that used to take a long time, and now can make that thing, just a couple of minutes. So we've gone through 3 examples there of how AI is being used intelligently, securely, to take away the heavy lifting, to make things that used to take months to do, just really to take minutes. Back to you, Sir.
Absolutely. And while you were covering that, Paul, I just gave a very quick live example. I asked a question to the virtual assistant, what is a solvent? And then right away it gave me an answer, and it gave me, just to show you the experience a bit live, that's how it gave me the answer and referred to the specific page of the answer as well. And I'm glad you covered that the IP is protected as well. So again, it's completely on the platform and it is not sharing your information or utilizing external resources. Furthermore, the student experience has quite more aspects around it. You have your courses, you have your schedule, you have evaluations. There's a lot more you can do as a student. Again, for the sake of time, I just wanted to focus on the AI features, but you do have additional content access, you have additional scheduling access, and you can see your previous scores and further upcoming scores as well, and full breakdown of your experience also. Any questions on this one, LaShawnda, that you saw so far?
No, I did have a question, but it was answered already. I was trying to think about if I was a business owner and I have clients, how simplistic is this for me to be able to, respond to my clients in a manner? Because from what I saw earlier, you were able to quickly respond and to see the message. There really wasn't a delay when it comes to, communication. So one of my questions I do have, I know you showed earlier, if you type a question, it actually shows you directly where the document is at. What
Yes.
about, are there certain type of media that is accepted or that can be utilized with the product, or can any media outlet, whether it's a video, PowerPoint, an Adobe file, can all types of media be uploaded to the system?
Great question, LaShawnda. And absolutely, we are not limiting any sort of file type or media for the system. We have clients that upload PDF files, PowerPoints, video lectures, YouTube links, Excel files. So there's quite a number of different file types that we accept. You're not limited to what kind of materials you want to upload, and you can do multiple uploads as well. So one video, one PDF in the same lesson itself.
So let's say I'm a business owner and I'm creating a training program with the knowledge that I have. Let's say I'm in human resources and I'm creating an onboarding document for managers to onboard their employees. And I want to be able to have training, and I want to be able to see where they are in their training so I can track their progress and know what's working, what's not, what is hard to understand. Is there a way for me as the administrator to look at all of the employees' data and to see if there are barriers within the material?
Absolutely. So tracking goes on both ends. So you can see
Okay.
me as a student here. I can see exactly how much I'm completing each course. It
Okay.
gives me tracking as well. And if you recall on the administrator's side, there was an analytics button,
Mhm.
and that's where it shares a lot more tracking for the administrator. So you as a business owner, you can see what works, what does not, which courses are getting the most traction, which courses are the most successful. There's a whole world of analytics in the system itself that, I would love to cover. For the sake of time, I just shared it on a high level, but definitely the answer is yes. You can see exactly how performance is done, how tracking is done, how accurate people are, as well as your instructors, your students, and your overall courses and materials as well.
Thank you. Now, as a student, let's say I have to do a video or a Zoom, or I have to do a capstone project, and I have
Okay.
to go live. Is there a live feature capability within the product, whereas I can record a video and upload it? And it can be kind of, I want to say, how I forgot the name of the app. There are some apps, I can't think of the app. It's an app where you can record a video and the person immediately gets it and they're able
Okay.
to respond. It's like a two-way conversation.
Okay. So yep, there's two ways to go live on the platform. One
Huh?
is if you're on the schedule and you wanted to enter a live session, you can do
Mhm.
that as a live call. So, like we are right now on a video call, you can do
Okay.
that. Or you can, like you said, record a video, upload it, and then your instructor is notified that, hey, my learner uploaded a video, and then they can go ahead and engage with your upload and give you feedback on that.
That's good. So I think that's good for business owners. Let's say I'm creating an academy and I want to know, I want to make sure that if I want to talk, let's say my employee has a question, and I want to be able to go live with them instead of writing it out. This is good. But then even if I have a question, I may not be able to verbally, to communicate it great in written form, but I can record my video live and have that conversation with them. So I think this is great. And I'm thankful that you were able to show that because I didn't know that.
Absolutely, yeah, that was a great question. I definitely see the use case of that point. And
Mhm.
just like I mentioned, there are two ways. You can do it on a live call, or you can upload your video like you mentioned, and then your instructor will be notified and they can give you feedback on that. And also, if you do have a one-on-one request, you can even do that as well. So let's say me as a learner, I do want to request some time with LaShawnda or someone else for my course. I select it down, put it there, and then I get to sometimes see your availability, and then we can do a one-on-one session as well, which would be a live session also. There's quite a different number of ways to receive support, whether it's the virtual assistant, whether it is the actual instructor, or whether you just want to set down some one-on-one time with your trainer. You have a lot of means to receive support from the system itself.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then that covers the student experience for me. Is there anything else you want to cover, Paul, or should we go back to the last couple slides?
Let's go back to the last couple of slides. We're coming home now, right?
Awesome.
Let's bring it home.
Where is the slides? Okay, going back to the slide deck, we covered a few AI features. As we mentioned, the virtual proctoring, we showed on a high level of how that logs session hours and how that logs a 2-hour exam or a 2-hour lecture, and it breaks down into logs for you. We covered the AI course creation. We made a 180-page document in a few month-long course done in a few minutes. And then we did the virtual assistant where you saw exact support that I received as a student right away, what my question was, and a relevant resource of where they pulled that answer.
That's great. And I think, what we've been able to do as an innovative company working with AI in the learning space is to bring some of those tools to bear in a really useful way, right? So we go back to that key question, what should you be looking for in an AI learning experience? Well, it's tools that are useful, that take away the heavy lifting, that reduce costs, that get you to market quicker, and just save you a lot of time. And so we've seen those 3 tools today, and so thanks so much for demonstrating them very capably as always. But it doesn't stop there. So what you see on this slide is actually some future-looking prototypes of something that we're bringing to market quite soon, which is using AI to help folks anywhere in the skills businesses, right? It's a big spectrum in the skills business, but folks who have a resume and they're looking to get into a career path or into a particular job. And what we're looking to do is to use AI to analyze their resume and where they are now, where they want to go, identify the gap, and then really, really quickly construct learning pathways, intelligent learning pathways from content, and serve that up to the learner. So these are screenshots of a skills management prototype, and it won't stop there, right? It's now all about how do we keep applying these technologies to do more and more and more. So super innovative company, already doing a lot with AI. We'll be doing a lot more going forward. And this learning world is being turned on its head by AI as the rest of the world is. And it's really, really exciting to be part of this. So just closing this out, if you just want to go next. I think we covered some questions and answers there. So thank you for those. If you want to give any feedback on today, there's a QR code there on the top right. On the bottom left, there's a QR code for contact. And I just want to close out the session by saying, it is coming to the end of the financial year. We're always looking for ways to help customers. Doing implementation, spinning up new projects at this time of the year is great for a small business and entrepreneur and big businesses because it's something you can offset against tax. We're actually working with one company this morning that wanted to get live by the 1st of January with a new tutoring system so that they can effectively be live with a whole new bunch of students and customers on the 1st of January, but importantly, record it against this year's bottom line. So just in recognition of that, we're helping organizations get set up very, very quickly. It usually takes less than a couple of weeks to get an organization from nowhere to set up and doing something new. So we have an end of year promotion, our startup service, which includes training and implementation and configuration and learning to get you some of those experiences you saw earlier in the call, like the integration of branding, the login button integrated into a website, the custom white labeling of the product, and then configuration and course setup. We're offering a lot of that at no cost between now and the end of the year. So if you're looking to get a project spun up very, very quickly, please take advantage of that and use the QR code on the left-hand side to contact Sud. So with that, I think we'll bring it to a close, and I'm going to hand it back to our amazing partner, LaShawnda, maybe just to say a couple of words to close out. And we thank you as ever, LaShawnda, for being such an amazing partner.
Absolutely.
I want to know if Cynthia or anyone has any questions. Please don't be shy. If you if you have a personal question, feel free to drop it in the chat and we'll answer. We want to make sure that you have all the tools and answers that you need to make a concise decision about, your next move regarding a system. We know there are a lot of options out there, and Edrevel has some of the best customer service I've ever seen in my life. I've been with them now, I want to say for a couple months, and I fell in love with their customer experience. They really care about their customer. They're not like a lot of companies that just want you to buy. They actually care. They want to make sure that you understand the product, and the way that they do a walkthrough, they're so thorough, making sure that you understand. And then they want to make sure that you're getting value out of their product. They keep you abreast with any changes. And so please definitely refer or mention Edrevel to any of your co-workers or people that you know who are in business and thinking about even starting a digital product. Because when we think about course, even though we talked about creating a course and a training program, if you're looking to start a business, you can create a product through this system and sell it. And there goes another stream of revenue for you. There are so many options you can create with their amazing products they have. And again, I cannot attest enough of the great service they have. And so if you have any questions, I definitely suggest scanning such QR code, reaching out. Please give us feedback and definitely share this out. This will be posted in the community. And so for all of those who are watching this later, please type replay when you see this. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to scan the QR code or either reach out to Sud via his contact information. And if you want to hear from me about my experience with them, feel free to reach out to me as well. We appreciate your time, and we hope you have a great holiday.
Thank you so much, LaShawnda. And thank you everyone for joining today. And definitely feel free to reach out. My contact is there, and I'm happy to help on any sort of questions you may have.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Take care.